Now Hex, the highlight of E3 for me this year was definitely the 3 minutes of Batman VR I got to play, and now the full experience is here on PlayStation VR.
Yes, and spoiler warning, this will be a spoiler-filled review. We're not going to reveal the ending, of course, but it is a short experience, so we're going to be showing you a lot of it.
The game begins like this.
Come on, Brucey, look at me. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh no, of course this is gonna happen. I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Anything you want.
Hang on to those pearls, lady.
Cash, jewelry, hand it over.
Stay behind me, Bruce.
It's a scene we've seen hundreds of times in comics, movies, TV shows, and games, and yet in VR, it's 100 times more powerful.
Yeah, VR makes you feel really present in the game world. And you're right, we've seen that scene so many times before, but it was all the more gut-wrenching here because you feel like you're actually in the scene and yet you're powerless to stop anything from happening. It's just, oh.
Gut-wrenching.
Yeah.
You see that, kid? That's what happens when you're trying to be a hero.
After that dramatic introduction, you're taken forward in time to be Bruce in Wayne Manor, and you meet Alfred. Hello. Oh, thanks for the key.
Very good.
Cheers.
Sir. I'll see you downstairs.
Have you met my dead parents? Alfred!
After a bit of mucking about, you descend down into the Batcave to become the Bat. Gloves on. Cowl on. Grapple. Batarangs.
Please use a bat to hit the target.
That's cool.
And a scanner for science.
Operating
Science!
diagnostics.
Science!
Please scan target.
I just love how this game lets you get suited up. And it was kind of weird looking in the mirror and, like, not just being a dude, but being Batman. Whoa, I got heaps buff. Her.
Calibration routine. Calibrating.
Yeah. Nice. This is Vogue, Vogue, Vogue.
Calibration complete.
Okay.
Yeah, I was awesome. I had so much fun just mucking about as Batman and playing with the gadgets.
Around targeting. Calibrating.
Science! Science! Grapple! Go! I'm not finished with my piano lesson. Take me back. I have to master the chopsticks. And the game hadn't even started yet.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to, criticize this VR experience, I would say that, delivering any important information to you early on is just a mistake because all you want to do is just throw stuff around and have fun and shoot your grapple, look at
totally.
things. I'm getting pretty good at this batarang thing. Sorry. I keep hitting the microphone.
And it's so intuitive, just grabbing batarangs and throwing them. I had so much fun. But I would recommend playing this game standing up. You can sit down to play it, but it's just much easier to grab the gadgets if you're standing. Alfred! 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 Think quick! This is why you're a butler, Alfred.
From here, the story properly begins. Robin is missing and Nightwing isn't responding to your messages.
Nightwing is in central Gotham, but why isn't he responding?
And you soon discover why.
Beaten to death. Why wasn't I here? Why didn't I stop it?
Hex, as a big Bats fan, this was brutal and legitimately painful to watch. The death of an old friend?
Yeah, and that's just amplified by the fact that Batman needs to reconstruct the crime scene first and worry about grieving later. There's a fair bit of detective work from this point on as the game turns into a murder mystery. You'll be interrogating Cobblepot, scanning for clues in the morgue,
I've examined the bone layer. I should check for shrapnel in the muscle layer.
and when you finally find Robin escaping from a trap.
Come on, we need to get out of here.
I really enjoyed all the morgue stuff, using the move controller to interact with things and pull things open. It all just worked really well.
Yeah, I loved rebuilding that detonator in 3D space. Just grabbing the bits and moving them and putting them together. Oh, it was magical. I felt like a Jedi.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it doesn't look that impressive on TV because it's just a simple puzzle, but when you're there actually holding the items in your hands, it feels quite surreal, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Oh, yes. I think the other big highlight for me was helping Robin escape that trap. And once again, just seeing another character there, you know, with all that detail in VR, and a character that you know, and then handing them things, felt like I was meeting a famous person. Here's a cog, buddy. There you go.
Great. We're getting out of here.
Yeah, cool. Again, it's a bit hard to describe how cool this is, but it's kind of a new type of gaming experience. You know, it's shooting off all these things in my brain, Hex.
Yeah, and I like there's a lot of hidden secrets and Easter eggs hidden around the place if you take the time to look around. I will say though that there were a few clunky transitions between scenes when it just fades to black. You don't get to sit in any of the vehicles or push buttons, and that was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, that was a real shame.
Have you found him?
But I do like that you're stationary for this, and I think the teleporting around and grappling around really works well. And it sounds lame, just pressing a button to teleport around a game, but it's actually fine. And by removing the player movement, it totally solves that motion sickness problem that a lot of VR games have. This is spew bucket free gaming, Hex.
It is, not a spew bucket in sight, and it's a genuinely fun VR experience. Although I did think it ended a little bit abruptly. When those credits rolled, I was like, what? No, I want more. What did you think?
Well, I do think that ending was maybe a little bit too clever for its own good, you know, just a bit too surreal, and I wanted something a bit more definite. But overall, this was a really impactful experience. And you know, I had so much fun just mucking about and being silly as Batman. But when that story took hold, I was totally engrossed.
A full handprint. The witness was Jackie Flynn.
So, for a time, Hex, this game managed to quell the troll that lives inside me.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you do really feel like you're in this story, and I hope we do get more puzzle/narrative experiences in VR, because this proves that it can be done so well.
Me too. I'm already overshooting zombies in VR. I don't want any more of that. This is only about an hour and a half long, extended a little with the Riddler challenges if you do those, but that length was totally fine. And this is my favorite VR experience to date. I'm giving it 4 stars.
I'm gonna give it 3.
Why are you picking your nose, Batman? Why are you picking your nose?
Well,